Today we're talking about the one thing that you must cultivate if you want to achieve more of what you desire this year.
Integrative life coach Diane Altamar. It's good to have you to the show.
Author and life coach Diane Altamar.
It's something that will help immensely, especially if you're feeling stuck or you haven't been able to stay consistent taking actions. And I'm going to share with you right now what this one thing is. It's commitment. Commitment to yourself, commitment to your truth, and commitment to taking the actions that will get you where you want to go. So let's talk about why it is so hard at times to stay committed. Very simply because life is hard. It's challenging at times. Distractions get in the way. There are a lot of things that are often vying for our attention, a lot of noise in life. And it can be difficult to continually get back into the rhythm and stay in action, creating what you want. And then there are the negative limitations internally, that negative internal dialogue, the things you might be hearing in the soundtrack of your mind, like, I don't know how to do this, I can't do this, I don't have what it takes, I'm not good enough. There are all these things that can be distracting you from consistently taking action. So what we're going to talk about right now are two things that you can do in the moment when either external distractions or internal limitations start to get in the way so that you can get back on track, you can stay consistent in taking action, and you can create more of what you want this year. So here's the first thing that you're going to do in the moment when you start to get distracted, when you hear that negative internal dialogue that is getting louder in your mind, when your commitment starts to wane, so that you can get back in action, creating what you want. It's on page 54 of my new book, More Than Enough. The part of me that doesn't feel good enough is simply part of my experience. It's not who I am. And you can extend that phrase to whatever I'm experiencing right now is just a part of my experience. It's not who I am. There is also a part of me that believes in me, that knows that I can accomplish what I desire. Otherwise, I wouldn't have that desire in the first place. And what this does is it helps you to not get so attached to the fear, not get so attached to the self-doubt or to the distraction or to the relationship that is draining your energy, but to realize it's just a part of what you're experiencing. And I'm going to share with you in a moment another thing that you can do to move beyond and transcend the fear or the self-doubt or the distractions that are arising so that you can get back into action and create what it is that you want this year. So the second thing that you can do when you start to feel distractions getting in the way, when you start to feel that you're less than committed, is to dive into the exercise in chapter 3 of More Than Enough. I'm going to share with you just a summary of it, and then you can go into the description below and download all of the exercise so that you can read through it and use it anytime any distraction is getting in the way, that whether it's an external distraction or an internal limitation like fear or self-doubt, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do this, or anything that might be arising for you. Okay, so stuck no more. The first part of the exercise is to observe how you feel. Many of us avoid our emotions at all costs, but the reason that you want to know how you're feeling is so that it gives you clarity as to what is getting in the way. And step 2 actually gives you more of that clarity. Step 2 is to give it a voice. So let's say that you're feeling self-doubt. What I ask you to do in step 2 is, what is that self-doubt expressing to you in your mind or in how you're feeling? So maybe the voice of your self-doubt is, I never follow through, and I'm not gonna succeed at this because I haven't in the past. So you're starting to doubt your ability to follow through, or you're starting to doubt your ability to know what to do or to stay consistent in taking actions. And It's very essential to understand that nuance so that you can then take it to the third step in this process, which is to write out what if statements. And what that would look like in this example is, okay, so what if I don't follow through? What if I don't know how to do this? What if I don't have what it takes? You start to write those out. And what happens, and I share with you what happened for me in using this very exercise as I was feeling self-doubt and writing this book and how I transcended it. And what arises is wisdom. And the wisdom that came to me is, and it might be different for you as you work through this exercise. We all have different internal wisdom that guides us. So the inner wisdom that came to me is, yes, all of these things can happen. Yes, self-doubt can get in the way. Yes, I can possibly not follow through. But there are things I have control over and there are things I don't have control over. There are things I can get better at, or I can learn how to do something that I didn't know how to do in the past. And so you start to look at what wisdom arises for you, what you can and can't control. And what that does is the more connected you get to whatever wisdom, or you can use the wisdom that came to me in terms of what you can and can't control, it empowers you. It gets you back into being in the driver's seat and being able to take action and move forward. And that is so exciting. And there's one more thing that I want to share with you that will help immensely on this journey to creating more of what you want. It will help you to encode your consciousness with positivity and encouragement and give you more self-love and more self-confidence, and learn different strategies, tools, and techniques to move through whatever it is that might be getting in your way, whether it's frustration or discouragement or a challenging relationship. And that is my 21 days to self-love, to more inner peace, and to owning your power. And I'm going to link it in the description below so that you can join us. What this course is every day you will receive an audio meditation. It's 4 to 5 minutes long, and I guide you on that topic of the day. It will give you more energy and more inspiration and more fuel to achieve your dreams. And there's also a worksheet that you will have access to that will help you to deepen whatever we're working on that day. So check that out in the description below. I hope this was helpful. And I know that if you use the different things that I'm sharing with you, it will help you move beyond whatever limitations are getting in the way of you staying committed to what you want this year. Thanks for joining me.